Gogomobile. Gogomobile. A Gogomobile. G-O-G-G-O.
Hello, we're hanging around sunny Glebe, and I'm Michael.
And I'm Craig.
And I'm Cliff.
And we're Spy vs. Spy.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Straightening the curves, flattening the hills.
working in a diner that's out of town. Freaky bad mother getting me down. Taking acid was my escape. She said drop acid, don't drop plates. So long, mother, so long, square. Going to a commune where the cats have long hair. The 50 tons of acid became a drag, then all the way to heaven, but I got jet lag. Too much acid is a bad, bad trip. Take too much and your mind will flip. LSD, freaky, out of sight, wild. San Francisco, purple haze, groovy guru, vegetarian.
Good catch there, boy, bro.
George else again. No, she's just a friend. Why can't I do anything without being yelled at? Always on the phone, never leave me alone. Why don't you just tell me what you want from me? Said I'll never leave you, no, I'll never leave you. Stop the end, no, stop the end. I won't beat you up, and I won't push you around. Cause if I do that, the cops will get me for doing it. I wanna go and have some fun, go where the action is. Who the hell are you to tell me who my friends are? Say I'll never leave you, no I'll never leave you. Stop the end, no stop the end.
Welcome to Monday Night Live.
When we got the Grand up and running, we decided that we would like to try and get as many punk, what we thought were punk bands playing there. So we all used to go around trying to find bands, and I thought, well, I'm going to have a look around my area, which I lived at Caringbah at the time, and I thought that a friend of mine from school, Bill Webb, would also be into that sort of style.
It all started with a band bringing the tape to us, and then we're thinking, hey, that's great, we'll put it out.
So, through these independent labels, small, unknown bands can get their songs on the shelf.
Yeah, I guess it's the sort of scene I found that I could fit in, I guess. I was an outsider, or a loner or whatever, and maybe that's where all the other ones turned up, in a sense. I mean, didn't get on with everyone. Back then I was probably like 200 people, which you knew by sight. It doesn't mean that you were friends with all of them, of course we weren't. But I had a job and had my own money, so I was self-sustained. It just probably...
Like, because I was just in the suburbs, I didn't have friends that could relate to what I was doing, what I felt inside towards different things that I'm interested in. And sort of found my way to the city and started finding interesting people that you could talk to them and they could relate to what you're talking about. Yeah. And it's sort of punk then wasn't sort of the wild thing it is now with bright hair and things like that. But it was the interest of the people and the things that they shared about unemployment and troubles in the family and with society and things like that.
Music is very, very important. Like, that's right in the middle, and it's what really starts a lot of it is you're into a certain kind of music.
Clubs that less than a decade ago were turning away their members for wearing their hair too long are now inclined to a slightly less stringent dress code.
Only if you're gonna have a good time. Let's all go down to Ventura Highway. Albuquerque! I'm on my way!
Many inner city dwellers are young people living in exile from the suburbs. Many are jobless and are looking for something outside the ordinary.
Just the band was obviously the focal point that drew everyone in there, but I thought it was about the crowd as well. You know, it was just like, it wasn't one of those places where that security, when people, if someone was out of hand and they'd be dragging them off or barring them from the place, or you know, or you couldn't get in because of the way you were dressed or whatever.
What's the most important thing? Is it the people, the music, or the clothes, or is it
music and character? About standing up for your rights, having some self-dignity.
They have much in common with their graffiti. Their look is their statement. Their style suggests their rebellion. Their expression is their feeling of impotence about society and a kind of raw power. Time magazine has dubbed them the New Tribes. In this film, we take a look at them and their members in Australia.
I mean, a fair bit of graffiti used to go on. Some of it related to music, some of it political, but a lot of it went on around Darlinghurst, that area. And I recall where one time somebody had spray painted, which seems pretty juvenile and silly, but it spray painted, "Pick your bum." And this was painted over and fixed up within like 4 hours, which I was amazed.
I think mostly people are out to have a good time and, you know, not be worried about being people saying, you know, you can't do this and you can't do that. I mean, I don't think image has got all that much to do with it, really. I mean, it's what you believe yourself that's most important.
Yeah, everybody just wants to be free to get into what they want without any hassles.
I was waiting at the club, I was waiting for my girl, I was gonna take her home, yeah. But the video was on, and my baby just don't come, and my eyes hit the screen, yeah. And I know there's something going wrong, and it's something I can't find. Yeah, the word Johnny P, they're mine, you're alive, and they're there to take me high. Yeah, the word Johnny P, they're mine, you're alive, and they're there to take me, there to take me, there to take me high.
Fruitcake on stage, yeah? Hey, here he is. Come on, stand up on stage, come on. Come on, let's hear it for him. He's from Sydney Harbour, for the blind people. Come on, for the homeless children. This man has done a lot for Sydney. Now, what have you done, hey?
This is the main brain, Vince Fontaine, beginning your day with the only way. Music, music. music, music. Get out of bed, it's the first day of school. Don't be a slob, don't get a job, go back to class, you can pass. And to start the day off nice and fine, I'm gonna play a new old favorite of mine.
when you can see how Peter Duncan faced up to the Royal Marines endurance course. And finally, in Will o' the Wisp, the story of the beauty contest. Well, that's all here on BBC One. As an alternative, at 3:55 on BBC Two, Barry Norman presents a profile of Gracie Fields, one of the women of our time. At 4:45, the combined talents of Ken Macmillan and Jeremy Taylor in Blackpool Out of Season in The Camera and the Song. After a short cartoon at 5:15, the start of a series of personal pleasures with Sir Hugh Casson, architect and president of the Royal Academy, who visits the Russell Coates Museum in Bournemouth. At 5:40 on 2, The Five Faces of Doctor Who presents William Hartnell in the final episode of the very first Doctor Who story.
The following program is classified M. The Nine Network recommends viewing by mature audiences.
away from me. Guess I'll crawl. The rabbit always smashes me. Again I crawl. Try to think what's over me. It makes me crawl. Then she run away from me faster than I crawl. But rabbit falls away from me. Yes, I'll crawl. But rabbit all smashes me. Again I crawl. Try to think what's over me. It makes me crawl. Then she runs away from me faster than I
But it was a clan of people that had the same, we all had something in common, so it made that family feel. We all stuck together, had each other's back, and that's how it was. Someone got in jail, we all bailed them out. Or
with some of the crew that I was hanging around with, some have gone on to fairly successful careers in business, and they may have had an anarchy symbol on their shirt in the punk days, but it certainly doesn't reflect their lifestyle today. But the anarchy thing was a little bit of a symbol of youth, rebelling against parental and governmental control, and to a degree as well, thumbing the law.
I just can't. You gotta turn it off. No. Award winning, eh?
You'd like to change his number?
Power. Just think power. You see him as you will never seize up. You see him as but you will never know his You see him as you will never know his see him as said he was just a voice in his head. I was no man, people couldn't get around. I was so much in his little life of dreams. I'm a person now, a chance. All he needs now is to get laying for the train. For no luck, comes to the fucking be the town. Come and stop, how could you expect for success? Social disease, population war with figures an issue. Because of economics, something's quite made. Take a 5 million jobs, drop you today. Follow side up, something to think, yes sir. Yes, to last, leasing a job to his name. Y'all don't treat him harder than an old man, much the same.
Our people, our culture, are the oldest in the world. We were already here thousands of years ago. We were around at the same time as what the white men called Homo sapiens. In these caves and caverns, we can feel the influence of the spirits of our ancestors. If you sleep here, you can see them in your dreams and receive their messages. They come and fill you with their strength, and when you wake, you feel very good.
Being a chum is fun, that is why I'm one. Always smiling, always gay, chummy at work and chummy at play. Laugh away your worries, don't be sad or glum, and everyone will know that you're a chum, chum, chum. Being a chum is fun, that is why I'm one. Always smiling, always gay, chummy at work and chummy at play. Laugh away your worries, don't be sad or glum, and everyone will know that you're a chum, chum, chum.
3 more reasons for rock's heavy rocker to slow down. You see, when Jimmy Barnes goes on tour, so does the family. Has Jimmy Barnes strayed too far away from his working class world? Not according to Jimmy.
You still see yourself as a working class man?
And you'll soon see that Jimmy Barnes remains very much in tune with his roots. And what does his old boss, Tony Matthews, think about the way his apprentice turned out?
Now, he definitely must be a better bloody singer than what he would have ever made a tradesman. That's for sure. I mean, so that's natural.
Would you like to go to one of Jimmy's concerts?
No.
You don't never need help from nobody else.
punk is punk. Don't like it.
Why? Can you tell me why?
Well, I would say it's offensive.
Oh, stupid.
Oh, punk is, in my opinion, sort of just fairy sort of music. Hairy's, you know, no, not much sense to it.
Punk is punk is punk.
That's about it. Punk. Horrible.
Why do you say it's horrible?
I don't like the attire, I don't like the haircut.
Are you having a good time in record getting me close up on this?
I don't know, I hope so, but Rod's going, no, cut up on video, sorry.
Oh no, we're watching it at the beach. Don't worry about him. You won't get away from me. I'm one of them sort of things. I'm like a fly in the screen door. You just, you know, there's no choice. What choice do we have?
Burgers and fries, cherry pies, it was simple and good back then. Walking in the sand, hand in hand, never thinking that it could end. Taking our love with the moon above at the drive-in picture show. And it was burgers and fries and cherry pies in a world we used to know. Changes come and go. We've had our share, I know. Now it seems we don't have time for love anymore. All the things we used to say, little things we did each day. Oh, I long to do the things that we did before. When it was burgers and fries and cherry pies, it was simple and good back then. Walking in the sand, hand in hand, never thinking that it could end. Taking our love with the moon above at the drive-in picture show. When it was burgers and fries and cherry pies in a world we used to know. I'm still the same pony. That's all I'll ever be. I'd like to think that you're the same old you. We lost something down the line that I wish we both could find. Lord, I'd like to do the things that we used to do. It was burgers and fries and cherry pies. It was simple and good back then. Walking in the sand, hand in hand, never thinking that it could end. Taking our love with the moon above at the drive-in picture show. It was burgers and fries and cherry pies in a world we used to know.
Put your hands through it, huh? Oh, hold it.
Oh, you sure shut the light. thinking that it could end. Making our love with the moon above at the drive-in picture show. And it was burgers and fries and cherry pies in a world we used to know. Ages come and our share I know. Now it seems we don't have time for love anymore. All the things we used to say, the things we did each day. Oh, I long to do the things that we did before. It was burgers and fries and cherry pie.
There's greater fights to fight. He wants to play loosely on the piano. Oh my.
Of their lives feel that they are in a totally hopeless situation. They feel alienated, they feel dispossessed, they feel as if there is nothing to look forward to except drug abuse and alcohol, and that's why they're trying to hide their frustration and disappointment and hurt, because everybody's let them down. The families let them down. Our school systems let them down. Our private sector, our government has let them down. They are unemployable. They can't get jobs. And it's not much wonder that these children now form almost a subculture and are so bitterly disillusioned that I think they will be a major problem for our community as well as for themselves.
In this room for about 2 years on and off. It's a pretty good room because the floor doesn't stay really wet when it rains. And it gets a lot of light so you can see what you're doing sometimes. And there's usually a lot of people in this room. There's usually about 10 of us in here on a cold night. There's no electricity, there's no water, no gas. Sometimes I had candles for light and stuff. Or we lit a fire in a bin or something and put it at the end of the room.
I was one of the founding members that started the group off, and it's only been going for a few months, and the amount of people that's come through, which is really surprising to me. I mean, most of them are my friends, and it's quite a shock when you see one of your friends walk into this group and have been through the same experience as you, and it's surprising to see that it's really happening.
One of the things we have to understand, and I think isn't generally understood in our community, is that there have been massive changes in our society in the space of one generation. We now have, rather than egalitarian society, which we had perhaps 30 years ago, with perhaps 10 or 12% wealthy to rich and maybe 15% poor, we now have a society on the basis of the latest research where 30% are in that well-to-do bracket, but 30% are also in the poor bracket. And that has been a massive shift, literally in the last 15 years, less than one generation. That's a massive change in our society, which has contributed to shaking a lot of families and shaking a lot of children loose from families.
The younger children are, the more they're likely to suffer. At least at school they have somewhere to go. But cheap childcare for their young brothers and sisters at home is almost impossible to find.
Tragically, I think we have a crisis on our hands. These children, these homeless young people, at the beginning of their lives, feel that they are in a totally hopeless situation. They feel alienated, they feel dispossessed, they feel as if there is nothing to look forward to except drug abuse and alcohol, and that's why they're trying to hide their frustration and disappointment and hurt, because everybody's let them down. The families let them down. Our school systems let them down. Our private sector, our government has let them down. They are unemployable. They can't get jobs. And it's not much wonder that these children now form almost a subculture and are so bitterly disillusioned that I think they will be a major problem for our community as well as for themselves.
Ever since then, he's made his own home. Tonight, an empty warehouse, a pile of shredded paper for a bed.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. Oh, baby, all I need is love. I'll sing for you.
What's on the side? What's the ticket stuff? No, they sent round.
Faith No More. Mike Patton.
When you've gone down to your local 7-Eleven store where you walk in, you buy your milk and bread, you expect that the people who are serving you are actually going to get a fair day's pay.
This is a complete abuse of people in vulnerable situations, students on visas.
When you've gone down to your local 7-Eleven store where you walk in, you buy your milk and bread, you expect that the people who are serving you are actually going to get a fair day's pay.
This is a complete abuse of people in vulnerable situations, students on
When you've gone down to your local 7-Eleven store where you walk in, you buy your milk and bread, you expect that the people who are serving you are actually going to get a fair day's pay.
This is a complete abuse of people in vulnerable situations, students on
7-Eleven.
Bobby. There he is. Big Billy. Big Billy. Tumbleweed. Oh, that's a big feeling for you guys. Yeah.
Woo!
It was a lot, man. It's a lot, man. The catfish in the likeness, man. About 3 foot.
I should be saying goodnight. I really shouldn't stay anymore. It's been so long since I've had you. Forgotten what love is for. I should ride on the double. I think I'm in trouble. Let your honey keep you warm. Been so long since I held you. Forgotten what love is for. I should ride on the double. Think I'm in trouble.
Thursday night.
You got volume, mate?
Yeah, mate. Thursday night before work. It's going to be a big one. Training's preparing. Should be a good one. What time is it? 4 to 9. Line is huge. As usual. Only because Sinclair works here.
Get her out of the way.
Fucking everywhere. It's a fucking joke. Goes back a fair way. Plenty of people. Quite a few people, eh?
Like this last week?
Yes, worse. Oh, actually, but he wants to convert to attack.
Is Barnsley an Australian hero?
Of course.
Is he a champion of the working class?
Yes.
You feel like they know anything more about Barnsley?
No.
Come on.
No.
You sure? Hey Brandon, yeah? Can we give us your opinion on Barnsley? Yeah? Yeah, please, we'd like to hear it. Well, basically, do you think Barnsley is a great Australian? Oh, it was. Watch it. I think Barnsley's going to be Australian. First hand back it up. Do you think Barnsley's the hero of the working class? I think he's the hero of not only the working class, but the goddamn class. Well, thank you. Well, thank you very much. And Luke? So Barnsley's no longer an Australian hero. Yep. And this is Daniel, the boss. And if you come over here to step this way, my name's Don. Name's Dean, a Domestico Mara. And here we have a Cyathea cooperi. Where's the Cyathea cooperi? This is the Cyathea cooperi here. So this is the Cyathea cooperi here. And this is a pavement here. Okay. This is that yard. It's Port Attenborough.
At the opening of the railway, we demonstrate.
Some of these offences involve highly organised people that operate to cause maximum chaos that they can, but the police and rail corp are working strongly to track them down, and we will prosecute.
All their vehicles. And
Yeah, you're right, mate, you're right, but
when you're not budging off the government, when you're not budging off the government, you sit around making these supercilious comments.
walked outside and I seen old mate walking back to the car like getting ready to leave the scene.
Flashy modern cars turning up there, well-dressed males getting out. You don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't go to football, you don't go to races, you don't live in a real.
And then he started walking up the road and I said, where you going, mate? You can't be walking up the way there.
Traditional, I guess. You know, they say a woman's place is in the hall, and I suppose as long as she's in the hall, she might as well be able to do it.
Well, that explains about that. How come yours did outside cooking?
Well, you can't buy well, I'll tell you something now. Women do all right when they have all the work and convenience. But with men, they're better at this working type, outdoor cooking. Sort of throwback to caveman days. Tell me those asbestos gloves, will you like?
What do you want?
And then he started walking up the road and I said, where you going, mate? You can't be walking up the way there.
Well, no, that bloke here has, but some of my friends do.
Some of these offences involve highly organised people that operate to cause maximum chaos that they can, but the police and rail corp are working strongly to track them down, and we will prosecute.
You sit around making these supercilious comments.
Some of these offences involve highly organised people that operate to cause maximum chaos that they can, but the police and rail corp are working strongly to track them down, and we will prosecute.
This is the making of Humpty Dumpty, and Humpty Dumpty is gonna blow up.
him in a microwave.
Man, what if I just put rats in it?
Humpty Dumpty sent the wall. Humpty Dumpty got put in the microwave. And he's smiling. He's gonna blow his brains out. I think he's on some acid. And all the king's horses and all the king's men put Humpty back together again. Oh, I'm melting. I'm melting. You crack me up.
Oh, it's going.
Oi! Oh, he's turning. Hey! Oh! Everyone stand here and do this. No. This is a reminder. $8. $8 to fucking walk home. I'm stoked. Shit. Shit the Ah! Yeah, let's film your own death, boss. Say your prayers, boy. You're about to die. Oh, my crack is face. I'm punk as fuck. I've got dreadies and I don't wash my butthole. What am I doing? Shit, I do it. I'm saying Christ. You want it? You want to get in? You want to get in?
Fucking Sally home.
I'm saying Christ. You want to get in? You want to get in? Some coke, some weed. You know what I mean? Your friend, your man boy,
I can almost. I can almost. She's got a bowl of stuff.
Oh, my trick is
Toby's got you for Lewis, the standard striped rat cat shit.
The Brady Bunch, that's the way they became the Brady Bunch.
It was really a dead end of town. It was fairly dark. I guess if you're a scary type, you'd be a little bit worried about your safety there. But in numbers, we never saw any trouble. But it was, pretty dark and dim.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic point aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing man, his skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough, the tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. The ship set ground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper too, a millionaire and his wife, a movie star, the professor and Mary Ann, here on Gilligan's Island. Layoffs. Good times. Easy credit rip-offs. Good times. Scratching and surviving. Good times. Hanging in a jar. Good times. If we love you, we got 'em. Good times. Excuse me. the apple of my eyelash. My sunset turns to cash, devastation leading ash. Sonic beat attached, my head's becoming mash. Turning me to ash, while I'm just looking on.
Mother's Day madness on an amphetamines binge. 2.5 hours at the wheel with a no means no sublime soundtrack. Trees and the like. Fairy floss fading. Check that out. This is where we are. We are not at work. We do not have jobs. We are here. The Friday before Mother's Day. Pigeon House Mountain, Lower Falls, where clouds become trees and trees become clouds. The waiting is never over. The sun never sets. Amphetamines for breakfast. Oh bloody hell, dead set.
What do you think of the Sutherland
Cronulla, the locals will tell you, is the most beautiful of Sydney's city beaches. A long curved stretch in the southern Sutherland Shire with regular rolling surf. It's also the most accessible to the southwestern suburbs of Sydney, with a direct train line to the beach.
Going pick up Joe. Then we'll go and pick up the Johnny. 'Cause we're going down to Friday. We're all going down to Canola Bar. We're all going down to smoke a joint. Everything's alright this summer, 'cause we're going down to Canola. We're all going down to Canola Bar.
There has been issues and there has been assaults reported, and police have taken quite stern action in the local area there. But I think the fact that every time the police have been called to the beach that they have been dragged off in cage trucks.
Being a teenager and it was hot, you get a few guys to get on the train and you go to Cronulla. You cross the road, when you get out of the railway station, cross the road and go through the arcade there and go down to Cronulla Beach. Beautiful thing. But as we go through the arcade, there used to be a place that sells surfboards, and we'd muck around. They'll call us, oh, here's the West Tears now, where's your Ugg boots? And we'll say, we'll call him back your wax head, and he'll be waxing the boards and things like that. It was great fun.
Cronulla, the locals will tell you, is the most beautiful of Sydney's city beaches. A long curved stretch in the southern Sutherland Shire with regular rolling surf. It's also the most accessible to the southwestern suburbs of Sydney, with a direct train line to the beach.
But I'm fed up to the back teeth with the constant assertions, allegations and, dare I say, defamations that I was responsible for the Cronulla riots.
Lovely. I didn't know that Jeff Brooke was a goal. Would you like to dance, Tony?
Right, just dig it. That's right, the mascara stay fast and over.
You feel dirty, I know, it's too soft.
Thomas, who is the drug master, fills up with this man gang to take the room. Angel Dust and the kangaroo gives suddenly, but back I'm being stabbed. Elephant Man on soggy David Bowie singing Slayer by Death. Manic Police, I use soft drink bottles filled with delicate syrup. Up with everything, living on my face, dreaming of knives cooked with my wiping smoke. All of your sitcoms come out of my shame. I'm shocked with the thought of your lamp in my head space. Smell, come on, baby, we'll make you pound, revitalize. Money, my money, sleep asleep with your seeing bed, chipping away, grasping all you want, chemical syrup. Feelings, thoughts, behaviours of bed shirts, smash it all, bang, just cause shit going about to not much of yourselves happen to you. Money, the goose, change the shade, sex was a move in the country, lame to preserve sand, and all I want to be is your people, friend, man, and on hand. Like that kind of talk, I ain't like that kind of sound. Old lazy dogs jump over the cliff, I know you're dead when you're made from tissues, correct spelling, habit color, investing in bottles, beers, near the sperm of my habit. I've been dried skin, symbolic or solutions, rebellious, all suit behaviour, covers at employment. I've been proud, I've been swallowed, I've been mucus, I've been rather more annoyed than you. And if any of your politics, no money, but the exercise of food and round baby chain as well as gigs, as anyone's laughing at your broken sky, nearly in your sap, the sky trip, the older the scene, the industry potential, when you're resulting in, man, I just can't see your sweat. Hamlet, birthmarks, peach my breast, snubble. Can I help what I've been suburban sense to your ginger Kramer? Thinking about the post-holiday lie. Thinking about the government, not the sauerkraut. Thinking about the Bob Hawkins substance. We've been recognising stuff to stop, make sure your president time corresponding to financial needs. 2:30 a.m. Cause it's formed by your washness. Take this hole in your right, your convenience protrudes into the last chance I have to make it. You're a vandal, willfully damaging something not belonging to yourself. Sound familiar? As natural as about things of your breath, as natural as I feel trained in a seat slit. Even the slit in the train taped up. You gave her $50. 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 It was all I had. She was plenty. The choice is yours. Enough is enough. They're all dogs anyhow. There were no bags in the trenches at Nam. And I am sure you went through as Australian chance. Give us on a map. I'll go to the RSA, round up every stray dog and cat. I'll go to the bush, round up every problem room, mash the lot into a thick concoction, and sell half of it to Japan as premium Aussie beef. The other half I'll sell to the breweries and cemented yeast. By this time, the whales will have knocked the country right back into shape. The last of my objectives, put that down, seaweed, to come back with the prawn and chocolate mousse. Hack it, please. Hang your fucking arty crap word. There were no fads in the trenches of Mum. From Burke to Bathurst and other towns, back from hell alone, anyone can paint the stench through breath, bleeding in cars, not just restaurants, not enough people, clicking the joke as wise as plenty of income tax around hipsters want to stay proud of what the black hole will send for half your blistered blended price. Will I lay opportunely mixed with invitations? With invitations, feeling fucked up. It's all year round, big joke fades until it's unbearable. The average family flushes the toilet 600 times per millisecond. Oh, do they? Scribblers up your poo exit, scribblers on the fridge, scribblers anywhere I want to wish. 2 centimetres by Jingo, I think he's... I'm telling you, he's got a greyhound and it's called... I got a Zaria. It's I got a Zaria by your head. By Dingo, it's I got a Zaria by the fucking bed. Bed's the bed. It's gonna be a cracker. We're down on the answer. How about those bloody slackers?
Hey, you get the stick forward. Go, hold it up. I've got more. Who did it? Can't tell me when we get our money back.